In den letzten Jahren ist Nachhaltigkeit zu einem der am häufigsten verwendeten Wörter geworden. Und Dubai verstärkt ständig seine Maßnahmen in Sachen Umweltschutz. Von alternativen Energiequellen bis hin zu umfassenden Modellerfahrungen, die darauf angelegt sind, das Verhalten grundlegend zu verändern, zielen nachhaltige Innovationen darauf ab, die negativen Auswirkungen des menschlichen Lebens auf den Planeten Erde drastisch zu reduzieren. Und Dubai weist den Weg in eine nachhaltigere Zukunft. Dubai hat zahlreiche Strategien entwickelt, die der Stadt klare Ziele setzen, um ihre Zukunft nachhaltiger zu gestalten. Seine Hoheit, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, initiierte die Dubai Clean Energy Strategy 2050, die darauf abzielt, Dubai zu einem globalen Zentrum für saubere Energie und grüne Wirtschaft zu machen. Während die Welt nach einer nachhaltigen Zukunft strebt, dient die Expo 2020 mit all ihrer Infrastruktur, Innovationen und Kooperationen als Blaupause für eine lebensfähige Zukunft, setzt Maßstäbe in Sachen Nachhaltigkeit und hinterlässt ein bedeutendes Vermächtnis für kommende Generationen.
The Sustainability Pavilion is one of Expo 2020's 3 thematic pavilions that focuses on the theme of sustainability. It's a place where we want visitors of all ages, especially children, to be inspired by nature and also realize that they could be agents of change that play a role in protecting the environment that we are part of.
Die 4.912 Sonnenkollektoren auf Terra, dem 130 Meter breiten Baldachin des Nachhaltigkeitspavilions und 18 sogenannten Energiebäumen tragen dazu bei, 4 Gigawatt alternative Energie pro Jahr zu erzeugen, genug Strom, um mehr als 900.000 Mobiltelefone aufzuladen.
Hi, I'm Eva.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm John, the director of Terra, the Sustainability Pavilion.
And I do believe there's a lot of inspiration waiting for us in the experience. Shall we go?
Let's go and explore, indeed.
There are many goals to the Sustainability Pavilion. To start with, we want to take the visitor through a journey they haven't been through before. And that journey includes a lot of fun, but it's a serious type of experience where they also realize that they have responsibility towards the environment. So in terms of the things that we'd like the visitors to come out with, we want them to come out respecting nature, understanding that we need to be at balance with it and not competing for its resources. We also want them to realize that each of them have a role to play to protect the environment and that any action that they take will have an impact to the environment. And specifically when we think about the long-term vision of this place, it's around inspiring the future generation. And that's why when we designed Terra, which is the Sustainability Pavilion, we had the child in mind, because we believe if we're able to inspire them and if we're able to make them believe that they have a role to play to change, to make a change in the world, then they can be agents of change, and hopefully we could then be able to protect the environment as we progress further as humankind.
We wanted to show how our choices as humanity are affecting the world around us. Some of the things that we choose to do and the things that we buy are difficult to justify. Our endless desire for more and more consumption is damaging the world around us, and we wanted to open people's eyes to some of the implications of that. There's many different paths to a beautiful and joyous and sustainable future, but the power sits with us, and if we don't make the right choices, if we continue to make bad choices, the consequences will be deadly, they will be catastrophic. So we need to open our eyes and make smarter choices. And this place serves as a reminder of its beauty and its fragility.
There's a certain grotesque element to this. I mean, on the one hand, I feel like I'm in a fun fair, but at the same time, there's also the spookiness about it, the spookiness of the future that we're risking.
We didn't want to frighten people with the future that we're facing, but we did want to acknowledge the fact that we are at the edge of a cliff. We have to make smart decisions, and we try and make it personal. And that's exactly what this next zone that we're about to enter is all about. It's called the Would You Rathers, and it's about what kind of future would you rather see? And what choices would you make to reach that future? This is the end experience in Terra. It's called the Lab of Future Values. And this is a place that kind of epitomizes Dubai and the UAE's attitude of pioneering activity, of it being a place where anything really is possible. And Expo 2020 Dubai is the perfect place for doing it. And Dubai is a kind of place which allows us to dream. And that is the most exciting thing for me about this place and Expo 2020.
Nachdem wir unseren Besuch auf dem Expo 2020 Gelände beendet haben, werdet ihr mit Begeisterung erfahren, dass Dubai innerhalb seiner Grenzen bereits eine vollständig nachhaltige Stadt gegründet hat, die alle genannten Nachhaltigkeitswerte und Leitbilder umfasst. Kommt mit, ich zeige euch nun Sustainable City.
Die Sustainable City ist die erste betriebsbereite Netto-Null-Energy-Stadt in Dubai und soll ein internationales Vorzeigeprojekt für ein qualitativ hochwertiges, nachhaltiges Leben darstellen. In Übereinstimmung mit dem Dubai Plan 2021, Dubai zu einer smarten und nachhaltigen Stadt zu machen, ist das 1 Milliarde Dirham-Projekt Sustainable City in Dubai Land die erste Entwicklung in dieser Größenordnung in der kosmopolitischen Stadt.
Hello, Eva.
Hi, good morning. You Kareem?
Yes, I am. And I'll be your guide today in the Sustainable City.
Wonderful. I mean, this looks so fascinating, and it's basically sustainability in the city. How is that possible, right in the middle of the desert?
So what we have is actually, we've demonstrated that a sustainable city can actually implement and approach sustainability from all the angles. So we want to focus on social sustainability, that's people, and wellness. We want to focus on environmental sustainability, and that is about food and water and energy and waste and transport.
Consumption, I suppose.
And consumption. And lastly, we also must focus on economic sustainability because this has to make economic and commercial sense. Otherwise, we cannot replicate this. So all of that is here in the Sustainable City in Dubai. So I'd like you to taste some fresh water,
Okay.
which is harvested from the air. So we call that a water-making machine. And
What does that mean? It is harvested.
So basically the humidity here is captured by this device, by this machine. It is filtered and it is mineralized and it produces the best possible drinking water.
Wow.
All right,
Let's get going.
let's see what all this is about. So we're now inside a cluster, so we have 5 clusters.
And just the greenery is astounding. So since there's no cars within the community, I suppose it's amazing for families, no? Like the kids can play outside and...
They have the peace of mind because they know that their children of all ages, they can just walk outside, they open the gate, and it is really a space that is safe for them. And all of that literally comes together with the people, and the people appreciate, so the residents really appreciate nature. So we have a duck park, we have all the ducks and the geese, and they love to swim in the lake. So this lake is treated effluent, which was wastewater treated and it comes back to us. We store it in the lake, and this is how we irrigate the spine and the landscape. So all the trees are actually receiving treated effluent from this lake. And on the opposite side, we have the equestrian center and the horse arena. It is also one of the entrances to our school. So imagine all the kids coming out after school, and they just, every day, they just socialize with the ducks and the animals and the donkeys. And I think, this is what living is about.
And create that like sustainable community where everybody just feels home and welcome.
Exactly, and contribute as well. So now we're reaching the biodomes, and these biodomes, they have a skin on the outside, that's a polycarbonate skin, modifying the temperature and maintaining the optimal humidity indoors to produce leafy greens and veggies. A single biodome can produce 10,000 of these every single month.
10,000 a month.
10,000.
Wow, that is
And this is just one level. So this is not vertical farming. So we can actually go in levels as well. We can stack them. But here we use natural daylight. So this is as natural as it gets. No pesticides, no chemicals. So this is chemical free at harvest. here we are. And these rooftops, they connect, so you can also socialize across the rooftops. And at the same time, they serve as our solar plant, right? So this is where the renewable energy is coming from. All these panels, they feed the villas, and then they all connect, these wires, they connect to an inverter inside. Many of them are actually manufactured in Germany by SMA. And that device called an inverter, it inverts the electricity from a DC current to an AC current. And then the AC current is going to feed the villa. And if we have any surplus, the surplus is going to go to the grid.
Jetzt ist es Zeit, eine meiner Freundinnen zu treffen, die in Sustainable City lebt.
Hi, Eva.
Hey Silvana, schön dich zu sehen.
Wie geht es dir?
Mir geht's gut, wie geht's dir?
Sehr gut.
Magst du dich setzen?
Gerne. Sustainable City hat was Einmaliges, würde ich behaupten, in Dubai. Es ist eine sehr offene Community, eine sehr familienfreundliche Community.
Würdest du sagen, das ist fast wie in Deutschland?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Nur mit Sonnengarantie das ganze Jahr, mal mehr, mal weniger. Und wie gesagt, also wir fühlen uns super wohl. Wir können laufen, wir können Fahrrad fahren. Man braucht nicht immer das Auto. Wir haben die Schule vor der Nase, den Kindergarten vor der Nase. Für mich als Mama ist es einfach ideal. Ich habe immer kurze Wege. Ich habe auch so viel in der Community, was ich mit den Kindern machen kann. Ja, also magst du mich auch herziehen?
Also sagen wir es so, ich werde mir das schwer überlegen.
Um diese Episode über Nachhaltigkeit abzuschließen, lasst uns einen Blick auf den Mohammed bin Rashid Solarpark werfen, eines der weltweit größten Projekte für erneuerbare Energien. Der Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solarpark verfügt über eine geplante Produktionskapazität von 5000 Megawatt bis 2030, gefördert mit Hilfe von Investitionen in Höhe von insgesamt 50 Milliarden Dirham. Nach Fertigstellung werden jährlich über 6,5 Millionen Tonnen CO2-Emissionen eingespart. Das Projekt steht im Einklang mit der Dubai Clean Energy Strategy 2050 und ist darauf ausgerichtet, bis 2030 25% und bis 2050 75% der gesamten Stromproduktion Dubais aus sauberen Energiequellen zu gewinnen. Ziel ist es, dass Dubai bis 2050 die Stadt mit dem niedrigsten CO2-Fußabdruck der Welt wird. Dubai ist nicht nur eine Stadt, die ehrgeizig eine bessere Zukunft sucht, sondern auch ein Ort, an dem ihr euch entspannen und viele Outdoor-Aktivitäten und Abenteuer genießen könnt. Dubai bietet genau das, was Nervenkitzler und Outdoor-Enthusiasten von einer Stadt mit dieser Vielfalt erwarten können.